Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to do a Q&A. I just got out of the shower, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to let my hair air dry, but I figured I would do kind of like a get ready with me type of thing with you guys. I've been trying to put just a little bit of makeup on first thing in the morning just to kind of feel good for the day. I work from home full time, so it can be really easy for me to just kind of slum it, if you will. So I've got my makeup here in front of me. I figured I would just kind of go through this process with you guys so you can see, you know, the products I use, and we can just kind of chit chat while I get ready for the day. So I'm going to start off. I've obviously washed my face in the shower, and then I moisturized and everything already. I use Clinique, their hydrating gel, which I love. So I'm just going to start out by priming my face. I'm using the Urban Decay eye primer first. I'll just put a little dabby dab up here. And this is up close and personal, so we'll just kind of brush that on. And if I make funny faces while I'm doing my makeup, that kind of comes with the territory, right? So, and then I'm going to go in with a primer, and I've been using the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur primer. I've been liking it quite a bit, so just kind of put that all over. This is just a quick face. So one of the first questions I got, or the most common question I should say that I got, was about our baby and the gender of the baby, and if we've picked out a name and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to insert a clip right now of our gender reveal that we did with family, so you guys can find out the gender of the baby.
Do another one. Okay.
Oh,
I think this lifts
can you
right
take
up.
the cover off?
Is it going to be a boy or a girl?
What does everyone
Boy?
think?
Girl.
Girl?
Girl.
I think it's a girl.
Maddie thinks girl.
Go ahead,
Girl.
take it off.
Aunt Karen thinks boy.
Girl.
Does the pink mean girl? Or is there more?
Girl.
There's pink.
Okay, unwrap it.
Open it up.
Open it up.
You have to unwrap it.
You have to open it. Girl. Girl.
Grandpa's saying it's a girl.
You guys have to
It's pink.
help her.
There. All right, let's open it up.
I think we have a girl.
You think it's a girl, Maddie?
Yeah.
No, girl.
Grandpa says girl.
Girl.
Oh, no.
Boy.
Another box.
Now it's blue.
Oh, Grandma's making this
Now
hard,
it's
isn't she?
blue.
No, it's blue.
Open it up. Help her.
Isn't it boy?
Another box.
Another box.
This is another box.
Try and make it confusing for you.
I think that's another box.
Watch
Gotta
your
work
fingers.
for this. There we go. Will there be another box, you think? You don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
And now it's gender neutral.
That's it, guys.
A girl.
It's a boy.
Boy,
Girl.
girl, boy,
A sister. Could be a sister.
boy. Jordan saying
Sister or
boy.
brother. Open.
I think
Karen.
What do you think, Karen?
You want to help her?
And Karen's team boy.
Yeah, it'll be exciting.
Somebody help her.
Another box.
Let's hope there's not another box in there.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
That must be a boy, so that means it has to be a sister.
Another box, Maddie?
Is it a baby
Oh,
girl?
it's an egg.
It's an egg.
Open it, Maddie.
Mommy's going to have an egg?
All the waitresses are watching.
Off for her.
Mommy's going to have an egg?
I got it.
You have to use so much tape.
She couldn't make it easy. You gotta work for it.
Hey, I'm doing it.
Okay, you do it. Open it.
I think it's gonna be a little girl, a baby girl. What is that mean?
Are you having a baby sister?
Baby sister?
It's a baby sister. Woo!
Told ya it's not
it-
a boy.
What did
She said, told you it's
she
not
say?
a
It's a
boy.
girl? You have a baby sister?
You're gonna have a baby sister.
Not a boy, everybody.
She has said from the very beginning it's a girl.
All right, so now you know we are having a baby girl and we are so excited. We do have a name picked out. I do have to give a disclaimer, like it is subject to change. We are 99.9% sure this is going to be her name, but we we may change our minds later on. I don't know. I think we're pretty set, but her name is going to be Julia Everly. I just think that's the prettiest name. Andrew, my husband's favorite name, was Juliana, and then my favorite name was Everly. So we kind of combined them a little bit. We both really like Julia. So, okay, next we're going to do some concealer, and I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And I just do like, because this stuff is powerful, 3 little dots right under the eyes. And I've got a little concealer brush. I sometimes use a beauty blender, but we're just gonna kind of get that in. And I am not a makeup expert, just so you guys know. So yeah, we're very excited to be having a little baby girl. My daughter was ecstatic before we even found out we were pregnant. She was saying that she really wanted a sister. So we were very excited. And I love her name. I'm really into like the very classic, like feminine type of names. And Julia is just one of those names. Like, I like mature names for little girls, like something that when they're grown up and they're like 30 just sounds mature. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me, but that's just kind of a preference of mine. Obviously, you name your baby what you want. Okay. I feel like that's good enough. Okay. So once I have my concealer on, I'm going to take my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Powder and Concealer, and this is in 2 Alabaster. And I like to kind of press this into my skin, and then I blend it out with a brush. So I've been breaking out quite a bit during this pregnancy, and I switched back to using Clinique, their acne solutions, and I feel like it's been helping. It's been clearing it up. I still have a little patch right there, but so next question I got was about editing YouTube videos in the software that I use. I think it was Joanna who asked this question. I am not familiar with any software outside of iMovie. I do film on my iPhone, and I use iMovie because I have a MacBook Pro that I edit my videos on. I can tell you that Google was my best friend when I was just getting started, and also just searching YouTube and using YouTube as kind of like a search engine by itself. So I would, like, for creating thumbnails, I would look up videos about creating thumbnails. So I would just search for whatever type of, device that you're editing on, like good editing programs for, PCs or whatever it is on YouTube, and you can see some reviews. On Google, you can see some like probably blog entries. There's so many YouTubers out there. Not all of us use iPhones and Apple products, but I don't really have any advice because I never use anything besides iMovie. I'm not really sure even what else is out there. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with, feel like that's good enough, I don't know, some bronzer. And the next question I got was about petite planners and how I use them. And by the way, this is the Too Faced Natural Face palette. So I just like using the bronzers in here, give my face a little color. So what was I saying? Oh, petite planners and how I use them. I am planning on doing a video to show you guys kind of more in depth of how I personally like to use, I feel like I dragged that down a little too far. That's why I have this baby, a big fluffy brush to kind of blend stuff out. And again, I'm not a makeup expert. But I personally love the petite planners. I think they are great. I really like using the daily planner for like to-dos, and I use them at night. So before I go to bed, I kind of write out my to-do list for the next day. I use the like columns on the right side or the left, well, on the, what am I trying to say? I use the like little columns or lines with the 3 headers as like an hourly format, and I kind of schedule out my day. I time block. I'm a big fan of time blocking. And then I write out my to-do list. So that's kind of how I've been using them. I haven't honestly been using, do some blush. I haven't been using any other petite planners besides the daily recently. I haven't been like using the meal planner because we've been doing HelloFresh, but I will start using it again because we are canceling HelloFresh. So, okay, so just a little blush. I feel like I need to blend this out quite a bit. I sometimes overdo it with the blush. Okay, so that's done. And then we're going to take some eyeshadow. Let's see. And I'll do this is my Naked 3 Urban Decay palette. By the way, all the brushes I'm using are, this is a Clinique brush that my, one of our good family friends gave to me. It's by Clinique, and it's a blending brush, and I just love it. And then everything else is Real Techniques. Okay, so the next question I got was about Arizona, and if I am from Arizona originally. I'm just gonna go in with this like strange, I don't even know if you guys can see. There we go. The angle is just kind of weird. This strange color just all over my lid. But I am not from Arizona originally. I moved here back in 1999 with my parents, and I am originally from Wisconsin. I was born in Illinois. I lived a good chunk of my life in Sheboygan and Fish Creek, Wisconsin, and then I moved out here in 1999. So I've been here for quite some time. I do love it. I personally love the weather. Of course, it's super hot here in the summertime, but the rest of the year it's really, really nice and pretty and nice weather. So it's worth it. You can have perfect weather all year round, no matter where you go. We don't really have to deal with any, like natural disaster type stuff here. We don't have hurricanes, tornadoes, anything like that. I'm using a crease brush, and I'm just going to go in, I think, with, I'm going to keep it light today, I think. We have monsoons, but those are really not that awful. So I love it here. I think it's really close to California if you want to drive and go someplace. You know, California is about 4 or 5 hours away. Mexico is about 4 or 5 hours away. Vegas is about 4 or 5 hours away. And then you can go up north into the Pines, and there's just a lot to do here. There's a lot of outdoor stuff. You can camp, you can hike. So I personally love it. And then I think I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to put this like shimmery shade. And for my crease, I use Limit. And then for this one, I'm using Dust. I like using my finger for the glitter, like shimmery things, because I feel like it sticks better. So keeping it really light on the eyes. My daughter got this ice cream set for Easter by Melissa and Doug, and she has been obsessed, like just playing with that non-stop, which has been adorable. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little bit of this in the corner. Okay. And then I think the next thing I'm going to do is just put some of my Gimme Brow by Benefit on my eyebrows, just to kind of globbed on, just to kind of give them some shape. Actually, I need to go back to Ulta and I think get a darker shade. I think this is too light, and I don't even know. I had never tried this before. I got it during their 21 Days of Beauty because everyone raves about it, but I don't even know if I'm using it right. Again, not a makeup expert over here. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to use, where did my eyeliner go? Here it is. The Tarte Fake Awake liner. Just in my lower lid. Okay. And then let's see. Oh, first purchase after becoming debt-free. Brittany asked me that. So Britt, you're gonna laugh at me probably, but I feel like this is still too orange. The first purchase I am gonna make when we become debt-free is definitely going to be a cordless vacuum. I really want a Dyson cordless vacuum. I've wanted one for a very long time. I also want like the mini version to vacuum out the car. But that is definitely going to be the first purchase I make when it goes on sale at Costco. It's been very difficult not to pick it up at Costco when it is on sale, but I cannot wait to have a cordless vacuum. Really cannot wait. My husband doesn't see the point of them, but I do. And we kind of agreed that once we become debt free, like we both can make a big purchase that we've been wanting to make, and that's going to be mine, cordless vacuum. So now I'm just going in with some mascara and getting it all over my eyelids. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what I get, I am using kind of a weird mirror setup, and normally I'm a lot closer when I'm doing this, and I'm kind of just winging it. But I'll clean that up with some Q-tips once it dries, and it'll be fine. This, by the way, is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I love it. I've been using it now for a couple years, and it never fails me. I've tried the, like, you know, high-end mascaras like Better Than Sex and all that, and I honestly always go back to drugstore mascaras. I feel like, I don't know, they just work for my lashes the best. And then the last question I got was, oh no, 2 more questions. Oh, the contentment challenge. I got some questions about what that is, what that's all about. So I ordered, my friend Kelsey and I, contentment journals from Rachel Cruz. Rachel Cruz is Dave Ramsey's daughter. And it's all about like gratitude. And it's all about gratitude and practicing contentment. I like to just put a tiny bit. I don't like to like glob mascara onto my lower lashes. Just a little bit. Okay. And it's a 90-day challenge. So if you go to Rachel Cruz's Instagram, she talks all about it there. I feel like this is a situation. Ooh. Okay. Then I'll go in with another coat. It's been great so far. I'm only 1 week in. Kelsey and I have been chatting about it. She's really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's making a difference as far as like focusing on the positives and what we already have. Really helps when you're thinking about the cordless vacuums that you want in life. Like, we have a perfectly good vacuum, and I do feel grateful for it at times. But anyways, so that's essentially what it is. And a bunch of other people are participating in it as well, so that's pretty cool. And then the last question I got was about the pit and peak of our debt-free journey. I think the peak of it was when we paid off our car. So we have like no more car payments. I think that was like the peak where we were like, oh my goodness. Now I'm going in with some highlighter. I always combine like the bronzers and the blushes and the highlighters in this palette, but this is the Too Faced Natural Face palette. But yeah, I like having no more car payments was pretty amazing. We're loving it. We paid off my car, I want to say, back in September, something like that. September 2018. I don't know exactly when, but it was awesome. So that was the peak. The pit, or like the negative thing, has definitely been car maintenance for me personally. Car maintenance has been driving me nuts because every time, and you guys know because recently we dealt with this, every time we bring our car in, it needs like a ton of maintenance. If we take it in for like a simple oil change, it needs like hundreds of dollars of maintenance, and it drives me insane. So, and it's always sets us back, you know, so that's been definitely the pit of it. Other than that, I mean, I have no complaints about this journey. It's been awesome. We've learned a lot during this time, during our time, you know, trying to become debt-free and everything like that. So, and then the last question, I keep saying the last question, and then I've got my like list over here, and I keep skipping over some for some reason. So the next step after becoming debt-free was the last question we had, and that was the next step after becoming debt-free is going to be to build up our emergency fund. So I'm going to grab my lipstick real quick. The next step after becoming debt-free is going to be, oh, my lips are dry. To build up our emergency fund. which is baby step 3 in Dave Ramsey's plan. And by the way, this lip product is the It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi lipstick. It's just a balm that has like a slight tint to it. And I really like it. So, and then after we build up our emergency fund, we're kind of torn on what we're going to do after that. We've talked about, you know, saving up for a down payment for a house, to kind of upgrade, like take our equity in our current home plus some extra and get a larger home, more of our forever home. We've talked about saving up money to purchase new vehicles when that time comes. I'm really wanting a Toyota Sienna. That is like honestly my dream car, which is probably sounds kind of funny, but it really is. Like I've wanted a Toyota Sienna since like we started thinking about becoming pregnant. I've just always wanted one for like toting kids around and stuff like that. Oh, and the perfume I just put on, by the way, is the Clinique Happy, just the classic. I love that perfume. It never gets old. But yeah, so you guys, that is pretty much it for this Q&A. Hope you enjoyed this. Kind of different, just doing like a get ready with me, but I'm just gonna let my hair air dry. Sometimes I take like this Revlon 2-in-1 blow dryer and like straightener thing. I don't know what it is exactly, and I'll go through and like give myself like a blow dry or whatever, or I'll like dry my hair, but I'm gonna let it air dry today. I try to do that a couple times a week just to like not damage it. I really need to go get it cut and colored. I'm not gonna even try to cut it by myself again. I am gonna go to a professional next time. So, but yeah, this is just like kind of like a quick face type of deal. Just something to make me feel kind of fresh and put together at least a little bit for the day. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to catch all of my future videos. And if you have any questions, additional questions, if I didn't get to your question, I think I got them all, let me know in the comment section down below and I will follow up with you as soon as I can. And I will chat with y'all later. Bye.